Hello and welcome to the McCord List today. I'm Rachel McCord and I'm so excited. You guys, this is going to be such a fun day. I love hanging out with you guys. I am, of course, your talk show bestie. I hope you've been on this journey with me a bunch, but even if it's your first time, welcome to the party. We are going to get up close and personal because this show is about encouraging you to live life and live it to the full. You guys, I am a faith girl who's a founder, talking about family, fashion, fitness, and literally everything in between, although that does cover quite a bit. I love doing this show. I love hanging out with you guys, and I'm really excited because I feel like today's show is going to be extra special. You guys, we have some pretty amazing guests. Our first one is Anna Seminova. She is an immigrant from the Ukraine. She came over with her 5-year-old daughter and has built an incredible business out here. So she came over and helped her daughter get booked by one of the top children's modeling agencies in LA. And now she has taken what she's learned, teaching her child how to do acting, modeling, all the fun things. And she literally built an entire course program for other parents who are helping their children navigate all the secrets of the industry for success and safety. And from there, she did not stop. You can tell this beautiful woman is such a boss babe. She went on and started an international school for children who want to be actors, where they get connected to working actors in Hollywood so that they can grow and expand in their craft. She is a powerhouse, and it's so inspiring because when she sits down with us, we are going to talk about how she did this. Like, genuinely, I get so inspired when I get to hear from entrepreneurs who have birthed a business out of what they love the most, what they do the most, and what they're here for. You might know this if you've been watching for a while, but I started doing the McCord List today with an incredible team. I'm so blessed, so fortunate. I love every single person who works with me. And along the way, we have been able to interview some incredible people, actors, actresses, including my own sister, who you might know from Nip Tuck and 90210. She's on Days of Our Lives now, Annalyn McCord. Also, we've had her boyfriend, the rugby player, Danny Cipriani. We've also had authors, coaches, mentors, people who are starting businesses, doing unique things. We have done it all. And what I've seen along the way is that most people have a passion and a dream within their heart. They have a message that they want to share with the world. They have a story. They have a calling that they know that they're supposed to do. And sometimes it's not until they sit in the chair in my studio that they even get to explore that. I think so many of us, we find ourselves being silent, almost making ourselves small, shrinking down underneath the calling, underneath the opportunity. And we don't always do it because we're wondering if we're going to fail. Sometimes we're afraid of success. Sometimes we're afraid that we're going to do it and it's going to be amazing, but then what, right? What happens then? The fear of success is a very real challenge that a lot of people deal with, and I think it's one of those silent challenges. So many of us deal with perfectionism, and perfectionism really is tied into the fear of rejection. So if you're afraid that when you come out and you say, "This is my best me," and someone rejects it, that hurts because you're basically coming forward and saying, "I can't do anything better than this because I felt confident to share it." And that's scary. People spend tons of money in product development, service development, tons of money in systems and processes and templates, preparing to go public, go to market, strategy, I'm ready. But then they find themselves completely stuck because suddenly they need to go out and show it and share it and post it and market it. And it becomes so scary. And we really find ourselves in that space where we need to create the confidence within us. But how do we do that? Well, I'm a firm believer that done is better than perfect, and the lack of this confidence within ourselves to say, this is the best I am today. Hopefully, I'll be better. But for today, this is all I have. And that's what I love so much about the McCord list today, because I'm literally showing you my very best for today. Hopefully, I'll be a little bit or a lot better tomorrow, but this is all I got today. And guess what? That's enough, because sometimes we sit in our own self-doubt and our own fear, and we just shrink down underneath the calling, underneath the mission, not knowing that we can actually change our lives if we change our thinking and we believe that something can be different and we start moving in that direction. The best move you can possibly make is the next move. It's easier to steer a ship when it's already moving. And the truth is these are not just random back-to-back sayings that you might find in a fortune cookie. This is real life, you guys. This is really how you change your world. You have to change it from within. And I'm really excited, you guys, because in the studio we have, after our first guest, Annie, we have this beautiful woman. Her name is True Istina, and she is a singer-songwriter. She is going to talk all about her journey as an artist. And guess what? She has written a song and performed it called She has written and performed a song called Creating Confidence. And I love that she is doing this in the world. She is here on a purpose and on a mission to help people have hope and confidence facing whatever storms come along the way, because the truth is this life is bumpy. It's going to have these moments in our worlds where we feel like everything is falling apart. And it's hard because you see these sweet little children living their lives so free, and you know that somewhere along the way, they're going to face adversity. They're going to face challenges. And oh my goodness, if you're a mama like me, or friends, or a caregiver, someone who has someone you care about, you know that the best thing we could ever do, if we can't actually save the loved ones in our lives from the challenges that they're going to face, is to give them hope, is to give them confidence to push through. When everyone would say you need to do the normal life, you need to play by the rules and get your white picket fence, there is actually an invitation in this life to do it messy, to do it different, to find out who you are along the way. I think when you're faced with these bottom life moments, when everything feels like it's falling apart, you truly find who you are and who you were created to be. And that, to me, is the most beautiful part. That is where we're really living. And I truly believe that what God has done for you, He wants to do through you, which means that He wants you to go on and share those messages with the world. I will tell you, I have faced some adversity in my time. From trauma, drama, trailer parks, and open heart surgery, I have been through the thing. And all throughout it, even when I've fallen on my face, done the wrong thing, and been like, why did I do that? Even in all of that, at the end of the day, there is beauty in those lessons. There are miracles in the moments and in the mess. And if you focus on looking for the good and finding your confidence, finding the excitement and seeing what could really be, see what beautiful things that you were created for, that's where things really change. And you guys, I'm so happy to tell you, reporting live from my studio, that Karen Covell will be here as well. Many of you probably know her as the fearless founder and leader behind the beautiful, beautiful organization called Hollywood Prayer Network. It is amazing. They are in 40 countries with 170 chapters, helping bridge the gap between the church and Hollywood. As you might know, there has been a love-hate, more hate relationship between the two, because in Hollywood we can get branded a little bit because we do some wild stuff, but there is so much light, and where light is, darkness cannot be. So wherever you are, whatever platform you have, whether you have a show, hopefully you do on the McCordless Media Network, shameless plug here, or you have your family, your friends, your community, your social media, whatever your platform is, whether it's 2 people or 2 million, you have a message that you need to share with the world. And when we decide to be a light in the darkness, we light up together and we change culture and we change the world. I'm a firm believer in it. I know that with every word, we're speaking life or we're speaking death. And we have the invitation to speak life, not only over ourselves, but over our children, over our friends. And what you speak to your children will become the voice that they hear. So I hope this is an encouragement for you that as you go through life, don't go through it without some prayer. You guys, don't go through it without sitting down and taking a beat and just realizing that there can be something different, but it comes from within. Out of abundance, so the heart speaks. So find that perfect way to come into your spiritual open heart and open up with love, generosity, and hope of what can be, and speak life over yourself and others. Don't go anywhere, you guys. When we come back, we have our first interview, and I can't wait. I'll see you soon on the McCord List today. I'm Rachel McCord. Welcome back to the McCord List today. I'm Rachel McCord, sitting here with Annie Seminova. How are you?
Hi, Rachel. I'm good. Thank you for having me.
Thank you for coming. This is so special. You have such a beautiful story. So you have your daughter who was 5 when you immigrated here from...
Correct, from Ukraine.
Wow.
And now she's almost 16.
Oh my goodness. So 11 years in the entertainment industry.
Correct.
And now you're sharing those messages with the world. Can you tell us a little bit about what you do?
So for about 7 years, I have taught mom how to build their kids' acting careers in safe way, step-by-step system, everything they need to do to launch their kids' acting careers if they want to. And just recently, in February, I launched another project, which is online acting studio kids for kids all over the world. And now they have opportunity to study with Hollywood working actors, which is very rare because not in every studio we have successful actors because they constantly on set. But now they have opportunity to teach kids from, for example, one of our teachers in Sri Lanka right now, and he's teaching. So it like Zoom gives us much more opportunities and for our kids as well.
Oh, that's so beautiful. Now, how did you get into all of this? When did you know you wanted to go from being the mom who was helping her daughter navigate the industry safely and successfully into this role where you're helping people learn how to do it themselves?
Right. So originally I'm an actress and I worked in theater in Ukraine. And when I came here, I kind of started developing my career and career of my daughter. And at some point I saw that, well, she doesn't have accent, she's cute, and everything worked out for her more better than me. And I had a break for like 5 years. I didn't do my acting at all. And moms just naturally started coming to me and like, hey, we want to have the same success as you. How did you do it? And I just started consulting them. But then I saw that just 1-2 consultations is not enough. We need a system in place. And I created a course and I started teaching people first one-on-one. But then when the COVID hit, I just expanded my boundaries to the whole USA. And originally, most of my clients were Russian-speaking community because this is my community. I'm Ukrainian. And now I teach everyone. And in my acting school, we have different kinds of kids. And actually, the mission that I have with my studio is unite kids from different religions, backgrounds, nationalities, countries. So they learn about each other and they see that we are more similar than we're different. And we create these ambassadors of unity and peace in the world, because I think the biggest problem that we have today in the world is war, unfortunately.
Yes.
Yeah, so they will learn about each other, they will create together, they will see that there is no point for aggression towards each other, just love.
That's so beautiful.
Thank you.
It must be difficult, obviously, with all of the constant conflicts in your country. How has that been, being here, raising your family, and looking at maybe some of your own family or community and what's going on for them?
It was very stressful when the war started, and I feel extremely blessed and happy. I don't know, maybe it was some gut feeling for me into 2014 to just grab my daughter and just leave, because I felt something is not good, like energy is not going the right direction. And today, 3 years ago when the war started, I was lucky and happy enough to bring my family here. So most of my family here, and I'm very, very grateful and happy about it.
What a miracle.
Yeah.
And you're providing for your family, you're helping them with this incredible program that you've built. Can you talk about some of the topics that you teach?
Are we talking about online course or are we talking about school?
So how do they differ? Let's start there.
So the online course that I'm doing for 7 years, it's step-by-step system for moms, how to get your child into industry, navigate it safely, protect your child if something's doesn't feel right. So I teach them a lot of things. I teach them obviously like how to do headshots, what acting school to choose, how to get representation, how to fill out all the documentation and online profiles for your kid. And also we have like lessons with psychologists, like how to support your kid if they don't feel like doing it, or like do you need to take a break, if you feel like your child doesn't want to do it. So I talk about all of those things. Also strategy, how to network, how to they become pretty much managers for their kids. So that's my online course for moms. And our school is different. It's just for kids. They have their own space. Yes, it's virtual, but it has their pros and cons. But a lot of teachers, they during the COVID, they adapted to online format, and now we have kids from all over America, even in small cities where they don't have good acting schools, they can come to us. Or kids from Ukraine or kids from Kazakhstan, they come to us and study with Hollywood working actors, which wasn't possible before.
Wow. What advice would you give for someone at home, maybe who wants to create their own program, doing something centered around what they've built, just like yourself? I think it's incredible that you took that initiative. What advice would you have for them?
Yeah, it's an interesting topic, and I love sharing this with women. So I believe that we all have talents that we can monetize. And my first marketing was through Facebook groups, like free Facebook groups. I was just write down everything I can offer, and I would invite them to the webinar that I was led myself. I remember my first webinar, I did it on Zoom, and I didn't even know that Zoom only the free version has only 45 minutes. So after 45 minutes, everything's down,
No call to action.
Nothing. And I started sending people manually the link to the new Zoom, and almost everyone got back. So
Good. Yeah.
It was great.
You were sweating right there, though.
Oh yeah, my fingers were in pain.
So make sure you're not on the free version of Zoom would be the big piece of advice.
Spend $17.
Yeah. Spend $17 so you can make $1,700.
Yes. What else? Yeah, free marketing. And then I saw a need to, I never wanted to be a blogger, to be honest. I like my privacy. I like my, be free. But I saw that in order to expand your business, you have to go on Instagram, you have to go online. So I started, I took some courses about how to be an influencer and stuff like that. I collaborated with a lot of women. We helped each other, promote each other businesses. And then I started getting more and more clients. And yeah, just step by step, learn whatever you can learn on the way, ask people. We always love to share. I can speak about it 5 hours, just try to find free marketing ways to market yourself, and then when you have budget, just invest. And I do Facebook ads, for example, or I don't know, go to someone's podcast or go to Rachel's show. Correct. Yeah, and people will know more and more about you, and they will recommend you to other people, because if you solve other people's problem, they will come to you.
That's beautiful. I love that thinking, because I think that so many times as we build our brands and our voices in media, we're always trying to find our way. We're trying to figure out, what am I here for? What do I want to share with the world? And then how do I build a business around that? Mm-hmm. And when we created the McCord List today, that was our focus. Was how can we do something that I love to do, share people's stories, and then have a business model? So we have a whole media network, and so we develop shows and distribute them. And it's been so fulfilling, because I feel like for the deep side of my brain that loves to do business and figure out systems and scale things and kind of find a little nut and kind of like crack it and figure out what's wrong and fix something. That has been so fulfilling. And then in addition to it, just being able to figure out those needs that my community has and how I can fill them. So it sounds like you did a really great job of identifying something within the community, a lack, an area. Of course, as moms, we need community naturally. And I'm sure that your platforms give moms that community to connect within, and then also to get some wisdom, and then for your children to have those trainings. What is your daughter up to these days?
Oh my God, she's such a boss girl. She's going to this school, art high school for talented kids, which she had to audition for. Wow. And now she's studying to be a director. And recently she shot her first movie. Like, she shot before, but this one she produced, directed, everything, script, everything. And she got an award on the festival.
What?
It was so amazing. Oh
my goodness. I love when you say she is such a boss. I'm like, you are such a boss. It makes sense that she would come out that way.
Maybe.
Oh, what a great inspiration you are to her. And she won an award?
She won an award, which is very rare for she's only in 10th grade. Usually, like, kids who are higher grades get awards. So she got an award and she wants to go to NYU. So we're already starting preparing our case for NYU, because they also value a personal brand. If you did something big in the past, if you volunteer, if you like, what are your values, how you can enrich NYU community. So that's what we're doing right now.
So I see 2 new courses in your future. One is how to build your own course, and then the other is how to get your kids ready for college.
Exactly.
That's amazing. I love how everything you're learning, you're sharing with the world. And thank you so much for being on the show. You're amazing.
Thank you so much, Rachel. I appreciate it. And thank you for helping community. And I was like, yeah, I can come to TV. I can do it just like this. Thank you so much for this.
Amazing. Thank you. And thank you guys for watching. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back with the McCord List Today. I'm Rachel McCord. Welcome back to the McCord List Today. I'm Rachel McCord, sitting down with Truistina, singer, songwriter. You are sharing all your feels through pen and paper. Hi, welcome to the show.
Hi, thank you so much for having me.
I'm so excited. So you started singing when you were 2 years old?
Yes.
Girl, you're a force. What were you singing at 2 years old?
My first song I was told that I was singing, because of course I don't remember, I was 2. Like, I don't remember, but I was told I was singing Amazing Grace. That was the first song I learned.
That is so sweet. That's one of my favorite songs. I have to tell you something really funny. So I grew up really humble beginnings, like as a girl, as a kid. Duh. And I was going to my Pop's lake house, and they had Miss Moccasin Creek. Not a joke. And my mom had cut out these little fish that we were all winning. Like, we were like pretending like we were fish girls or whatever. And it was hilarious because I won Miss Moccasin Creek. My sisters got real jealous, okay?
Of course.
Because my fish was so big. My mom found an extra paper bag to draw it. And I sing the Lord's Prayer, and everyone talks about how I was like, I was like opening my mouth, because you know you're taught to open your mouth really wide.
Yes.
I have no recollection of this either, but I feel like if my little 3-year-old self or 4-year-old self met your 2-year-old self, we could have done duets.
Oh yeah, we would have been friends. We've been the ones that like, everyone sit down, let's have a concert.
100%.
It's like, no getting up, no drinks, no bathroom breaks.
You're watching. Yes. And you can buy your popcorn that our parents bought. Oh my gosh. Okay, so what kind of emotions are you processing through your music? I want to know.
Okay, ooh, that's a hard question.
So many emotions.
Absolutely.
How many colors, how many hours, how many days, right?
Oh yes, exactly. I think it's really just, it's those moments where I need to understand myself, or I feel lost, or anything like that, or I just need to remind myself that things are gonna get better. Like, I write a lot of music that's for like hope, or to help people feel understood, or meet them where they are. So when I'm writing my music, I'm in the same place. I'm in the same boats, and that's something like, being a songwriter, it's so vulnerable. It really is. But I love it. It's the one thing that helps me like understand myself, and that's why I release the music, so other people can feel understood.
That's beautiful. I'm a firm believer that what God does through you, for you, he wants to do through you. Yes. So it's so special seeing how you're sharing these messages and helping people feel like they're not alone. I remember being like 12, 13 years old and found music and just was transformed. And I felt so many feels, and hearing these artists like yourself sharing their hearts and their stories, it changed my life, because I didn't feel like I was alone anymore. I felt like someone got it. And I think that is the big message that we want to share in the world, right? It's like, you're not alone. it's okay to feel these feelings and to process them. What have you learned about yourself through writing music?
Everything. Honestly, I'm a very to myself kind of person. So when I write music, it's really the stuff I wish I could just say. It's like literally things I'm like, I wish I could just say this to your face. I'm not ready yet. I'll be honest. Like, it's really that honesty to myself. But I'm like, I want to say these things. I want to be straightforward about it. Like, I want to tell you how I feel. And even though I can't right now, I want to. Like, that's really what my music is. That's how I write it. That's why people who don't know how they're feeling or don't know how to put it into words, that's why I hope they feel connected to my music.
That's so beautiful. What do you want to see with your music? Like, what would be your dream?
My dream, just to meet as many people, honestly, help as many people as I can. I mean, I already have. I've already had people that told me I gave them hope to have just one more day, and it is the biggest gift in the world. And you don't even think about it, because when I started releasing music, I was so scared. I'm like, no, I can't do it. Not gonna happen. But I thought about how much it really helped me, and I'm like, I have to. I want to give that to someone else. I'm like, I cannot be the person who be like, if they don't hear my music, I didn't help that person.
Wow.
I don't want to be that type who's I'm controlling their lives. So I'd rather give them the tools and the gifts so they can, make the life they want.
Where did you learn how to be so generous with your heart?
Ooh. I've been through a lot, even though I'm only 20, and that's something that's definitely shaped me as a person, and also shaped my values and stuff that I really, truly value and really think are important, and really my focus. Yeah. And that's with my music, is I really just want to help people with it, and I'm like, I know what it was like to be in that place, and I don't want other people to have to deal with that alone. It's hard alone, so I know, and I don't want them to have to.
What is something that you faced that was the most impactful in your journey?
Most impactful, it was really getting over that hump and being like, you deserve this. That was hard, being like, wow. You deserve.
So fear of success more than fear of failure.
Yes. It was really hard, because I'm like, maybe I'm not a good songwriter. I don't know if people will like this. Maybe I'm just I have an ego or something, and I'm just thinking I'm the best, but I'm not, that type of thing. But really, it was when I finally accepted it, and I'm like, no, I truly believe in this, and I'm actually connecting with people, and that is the absolute goal. Even with my newest songs, I'm like, that was the moment. I'm like, this is it. Okay, this is me, honestly.
That's beautiful. Okay, so I think of the younger version of you who started writing, wanting to be a light and love for the world. What do you wish you could say to her, and what song do you feel like would do that?
Ooh, okay. My younger self, she was really scared and in a really, really dark place. And it was really hard. It was tough. It was a moments where I was like, I was in really bad shape. I mean, I don't know if this is TMI, but
no, it's not.
I was going to be put on antidepressants. I had anxiety. I had insomnia. I was not doing well at all, not even in school. And I was struggling a lot. And I really had no hope. And that's when I started songwriting. I realized I motivated myself with stuff I was trying to tell myself all along that I couldn't. So I really would just listen to what's within.
Wow. That's so beautiful. And how sweet that you've taken those learnings and that fear and anxiety and kind of channeled it. And was there something specific you were scared of?
Definitely. I mean, I started with acting and singing and dancing and everything. I was one of those kids, always loved it. But I was always told it wasn't conventional. I was always told that, it's not normal, it's not gonna work out, it's just something that's not normal at all. As I should go to college, I should have the family, I should have the car, everything like that.
Do it the normal way.
Yes, the picket fence house, all of that. And I'm like, that was just never something that really made me happy thinking about or anything. But for a while, I almost stopped myself. And that's one thing I'm like, I'm really glad that I figured out that no, this is me, and I'm okay with that. And if people accept it or not, that's their choice. It has nothing to do with me.
That's so beautiful. And I think it's really special that you've made it such a journey to share that with the world and not just to hold it in, because I think it's so special when you can connect what you do to why you're here, what God put as a calling in your life, and what you're uniquely gifted at. You're uniquely gifted to write. You're uniquely gifted to sing. And I always think about how depression is, I think I'm told depression is like misplaced anger, where you're so frustrated with something, but you can't really do anything about it. So then it just becomes almost like an internal attack. Yes. And it seems to me like you've opened up the pages and opened up your heart, and you're starting to share a message that you're loved, you matter, you're not alone, and you can do this even when you were afraid that maybe you couldn't do it. And I will tell you, as a girl who bought her first house and then very quickly felt very overwhelmed because I was like, this is a lot. It was a big house with a hot tub and a pool and a lot of people that needed to be there to help it. I was like, this is not for me. And after we sold our first house, I was like, oh, I felt like a relief. You know, I think we all are kind of like raised with these mentalities of like what we're supposed to do, what's for us. And I think it's such a journey of faith. It's such a journey of taking a step back and saying, what am I here for and what is for me? And how can I take my voice, very literally in your case, and share it with the world? What do you hope your listeners learn from you through your music? And what do you hope that they can come through doing a little bit more of?
Honestly, right now, my message, especially with my new music and everything, like my newest song, The Word is creating confidence. That's my whole thing, is like, I'm not confident in myself entirely yet. And I'll be honest, like, I'm still getting there. And that's one thing I think you can even see in my music is like, you can see I'm starting to find who I am. I'm starting to be okay with it. I'm starting to accept it just as much as I want my listeners to accept themselves. So creating confidence.
Well, let me know if you ever get there, because I think every time I feel like I'm there, I need to learn something else or grow. I think that's the beauty of life. You know, you always ebb and flow, and it truly is about the process. I had open heart surgery last year, and I had this huge shift in my whole soul where I was like, wow, heartbeats are so precious. I remember being in a room and there were so many people around, and I saw all these people, and it was like a week before my surgery, and I just looked around and I thought, there's so many heartbeats. Like, there's so many heartbeats. And how often throughout the day do we take for granted these precious little beats of a heart that are the very reason that we're alive? God is giving us breath, giving us a heartbeat, and we are able to share our love with the world. And it's really beautiful hearing your story, because I hear someone who's brave. It's not about being like, bravery doesn't happen when you're not scared. It's someone who says, I didn't want to do all this. I was scared, you know, I get nervous. I'm keep to myself. But here you are as someone who naturally keeps to herself, and you're sharing your song with the world, and you're helping people find hope. Then you're helping them find confidence. I'm excited to hear the messages that you share. The world needs it. The world needs to hear love with every breath and every heartbeat.
Thank you. Yeah, I have a song called Beating Hearts too that's coming out very soon.
Shut it down.
I'm
Stop
serious.
it right now.
It's called Beating Hearts.
Did you write it for me? No, I'm just kidding. You're like, wow, she's a narc.
I actually wrote it because my mom has stage 4 cancer.
No.
And it was after a really bad diagnosis, like when the numbers had gone up. And I sat down, I broke down, and I wrote this song really just about every moment. Like, we don't realize how precious life is until it's at the risk of being taken away.
Wow.
And it's really, you don't know what you have till you lost it. It was honestly that. So I 100% understand what you're talking about.
I have chills. It's so sweet. You're so beautiful. Thank you so much for being here, True. I love you. Keep singing your song. You are amazing.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Thank you. All right, you guys, don't go anywhere on the McCord List today. We'll be right back with Karen Covell. I'm so excited. I'm Rachel McCord. I'll see you in a second. Welcome back to the McCord List today. I'm Rachel McCord with the Karen Covell. Oh my goodness, the visionary queen behind Hollywood Prayer Network. I know you do not want to be called queen because you're so humble and sweet, but you literally run my world and like my heart, like everything you do, I'm just like, hi.
Well, I feel like you're just a younger version of me. Everything you do, I think, oh my gosh, it's so much my heartbeat. I can't find anybody else that's got such a passion the way I do. I love it.
I love you. I feel like you run circles around me, and I just want to be just like you. It's my dream.
And when I grow up, I want to be like you. So we'll see how it happens.
We'll see what happens.
We'll see what happens.
We'll know soon enough. I love it. I love that I can talk to you about literally anything. You are such a light in the city. Now, for the 2 people in the entire world who don't know what Hollywood Prayer Network is, can you share about this incredible mission that you're doing in this wild, difficult city of LA?
Oh, it's crazy. So I came into the industry as a producer. My husband came in as a composer. We started working in Hollywood, and it was so hard. We started a prayer group. We're like, we have to find other Christians to pray with. We found 6 other people who would admit at the time that they were Christians. That prayer group went every month for 33 years. And in that time, it grew and grew and grew. And I started realizing we're building a community of Christians in Hollywood, but the church still hates Hollywood, and Hollywood still hates the church. And I want to build a bridge between the two, and I couldn't figure out how to do it. And finally I thought, I can't get Hollywood to like the church because we have boycotted, we pointed fingers, we have judged, we've been terrible. But if you pray for somebody, you can't hate them. So I thought, if I can get Christians to start praying for the people in Hollywood, they'll stop hating them. I claim to have the slowest growing ministry on the planet. It was like literally one person at a time. The ministry's 24 years old. I went from one person to say, would you pray for Hollywood? And I'd get, pray for Hollywood, please. Or pray for that place, that's Satan's pit. I mean, I got everything. I was on a Christian radio show and I got hung up on because they said it's a waste of time for a Christian to pray for people in Hollywood. They hung up on me on their own radio show. Yeah. I mean, nuts things that have happened. But slowly through time, I get one person, another, and I keep going, Lord, just bring me the people who have my passion. I don't want to convince anybody, but I know there are closet Christians praying for Hollywood and they won't tell anybody. And slowly I started finding more. And now, 24 years later, we have 170 chapters in 42 countries.
Whoa.
We have 17 vocational community groups in Hollywood. We have prayer groups and vocational groups and just networking groups. We have a marriage ministry. We want entertainment Christians to get married if they want to get married. And it's such a battleground. I think people think Hollywood's a playground, and it's a battleground. And with everything coming at us all the time, I just say, take it as a compliment, have an unoffendable heart, and know if people don't like what you're doing, maybe it's because it's the right thing.
Whoa.
So I just keep showing up, and I say, I don't know whether it's stubbornness or faith. I'm not sure. But I know that praying for Hollywood will change the world. It's the world's most influential city. Los Angeles is the city of angels, and angels are messengers, and we send out messages every single day. If more Christians are in decision-making positions, if more Christians have a visible face in the world like you, it makes an eternal difference. And so that's what excites me. And as a producer, I work all the time with non-believers, with Christians. I love the place I live. I wouldn't go anywhere else. I just know this is right, and I have to keep showing up and keep telling one person at a time and just letting people catch the vision, hopefully, that Christians should be here. We should be loving Jesus, being great at what we do, excellent at our craft, building relationships, and sharing our faith along the way.
Wow. Oh my goodness. I mean, should we take off our mics and just drop them? Lav drop. I mean, you are so beautiful, and I just hear your heartbeat for Hollywood and your love and your passion just flow through. And I have been on the receiving end of it, being able to see not only what you're doing to change culture, because you're right, LA is a megaphone city.
It is.
It's a broadcast city. What happens in Hollywood is shown around the world. Mm-hmm. But not only are you doing that, but you're also building up these mentor groups to match mentees with mentors. We have a producer here in the house who's one of your mentees who's working with the McCord List now. So let's talk a little bit about how you have really built out this deep dive to help these Christians in Hollywood, because I'm with you. I think that there is such an opportunity. The Bible says pray for your enemies.
Yes.
So the more you despise the person, the more you should be praying for them.
That's right.
I love your logic. Makes perfect sense. And you're really changing the way that people think. So can you talk a little bit about some of the deeper programs for Hollywood Prayer Network?
We have one-to-one prayer partnerships where an intercessor on the outside gets matched with one Christian on the inside, women with women and men with men. I've matched thousands of these partnerships. And when they start praying for a Christian in Hollywood and saying, oh, there are Christians there. Oh, this person is a person of integrity. Wow, they're making a difference. They're sharing their faith. They get excited. Then they say, I have a friend who wants to be an intercessor. And so that just starts growing. So the prayer partnerships I love. But the most important thing that just started, that is totally a result of just prayer, is we started last year that's called the PDP, the Professional Discipleship Program. And we realize we're at a place now with all these decades of prayer that we have veterans in the industry who love Jesus, who are really good decision makers, and they're making a difference, but they also want to give back. And then we have this whole new generation of young people. We don't take the ones that are new into the industry because it really takes a while to feel like if this is right for you or not. but we have hundreds of mid-level Christians who are working in the industry, but they want to go that next step, or they want to maybe switch to something else. They've been doing this for 10 years and now they see, oh, I've been writing, maybe I want to direct, or I've been producing and now maybe I want to get to be an executive, that type of thing. We have matched this time 54 mentees with 54 mentors in a matched pair-to-pair relationship for 6 months. And we're on the 2nd month right now. And you're one of them because I love you and you're an incredible mentor. We are seeing the most amazing thing happen. And what happens is the mentor starts going, oh, I'm discipling somebody. I need to think about this. I need to, take
For me,
this
it was
seriously.
I need to get better at my emails because I was missing her emails. Sorry.
See, even
there's
there
always
you go.
growth.
There's always growth. That's right. And then the mentees say, well, I want to have my act together. I really need to think through this. And we start evaluating our own faith, evaluating our own career choices, and everybody's growing. It's a win-win on both sides. And I read Malcolm Gladwell, and his last book that I read, Revenge of the Tipping Point, says, people think you need a majority of people to influence thought, to influence culture, to influence mindsets. You don't. He has proof after proof. You only need 30% of a population to literally change the mindset.
Wow.
So I got so excited and I thought, now we know at least 10% of Hollywood we know are Christians.
Yeah.
And there's another 10%, I believe, maybe grew up in the church, maybe they're interested, they just haven't put it as a priority, or they've been hurt by the church or something. So if we can just encourage that second 10% with the first 10%, then we have 20%. Then if we share our faith and get 10 more percent, we can literally change the world. And I thought, we just need to have a bigger picture of, you know what, I'm not just here to work, but I have an eternal purpose, and challenging people to find their purpose.
Wow, it's so good. And I love it because there is such a fear, I think, of sharing your faith in entertainment because of just cancel culture.
Oh, cancel culture. Yeah, politically,
Right.
It's, oh my goodness.
100%. And everyone assumes that if you have this challenge right here, then you probably also are on this side. And it's just so much combat and just fighting, and I feel like it's just so sad because there's actually so much more, because the truth is that when God opens a door, no one can close it.
That's it.
And when God closes it, no one can open. So if you really walk by faith and you live in faith and you say, you know what, God put me here, I'll sit here for as long as he has me here, and when the time comes, I will prayerfully move to something different.
Yes.
And have that faith. I think it's huge. What do you think needs to change in the faith world? Because I feel like you and I have similar hearts about this, that it's too easy to judge. It's too easy to think that sin over there is worse than the sin I have over here by pointing at you about the sin you have.
Oh, it's worse.
Right?
It's the log in your own eye.
Yes.
This is the best thing that is so clear to me. You know what? We're not here to change people. We're not here to judge people. We have the easiest job in the world. Human beings are just here to love people. I think Christians need to, and I challenge people on this, we need to decide within our own heart, what part of my faith is cultural and what part is biblical? Wow. What am I believing that I think is a biblical fact, but it's actually just a cultural myth? And I think a lot of Christians end up judging people and pointing fingers and deciding they need to do something about it because culturally in the church, they've learned something that's actually biblically not true. Because Jesus said, it's up to the Holy Spirit to change people. It's up to you to love people. And if you will love others the way I love you, the whole world will be different. And so I feel like my message is just, stop taking the responsibility of thinking you need to live a certain way or put across a certain message. Just love Jesus and love other people. And then the Holy Spirit starts using you in circumstances, in conversations. I mean, it's so freeing and so much fun. And we just don't think of it the right way. We take on too much on our own and we do too much judging of other people. And Jim jokes with me sometimes because I've been praying for some people for so long and I'm not seeing changes yet and I'm not giving up. But I'm like, why aren't they changing? And he looks at me, he goes, there are no vacancies in the Trinity. I'm like, okay, I get it. All right.
Oh my gosh.
That's not my problem.
Karen, it's so good. And I think the closer we get to the Lord, the easier it is for us to love them as he loves us.
Yes.
Because it's in that process that we actually really see who he is. And
The
how
other
we can
thing
be
I
like
think
him.
is good is to have an unoffendable heart. If we will stop getting personally mad when people say stupid things, when they say something that is hurtful, if we would go, wow, that person's got to be hurting. I should pray for that person. You know, they don't have to be my best friend, but I don't have to hate them. I can just pray, Lord, if they really knew what they said, they wouldn't have said it. Because we're not all out trying to get people. We just say things we shouldn't say. And so if we have an unoffendable heart and go, you know what? I'm just going to let that pass. I'm going to keep going, and I'm not going to judge or point fingers or say something bad back. It doesn't get us anywhere.
Wow, Karen, thank you so much. I love
Oh my
you.
gosh, I love you too. And I'm so excited about what you're doing. You are making an eternal difference. I want you to know that. And I just love you and would do anything in the world for you. And thank you for being a part of our PDP, our professional disciples.
I'm so honored. Let me know what she's saying about me. No, just thank you so much.
Oh,
Karen.
it's so great.
So good. And thank you guys so much for tuning in. That is our show. I'm Rachel McCord on the McCord List Today. I'll see you next time.